Tokyo International Anime Fair. The word anime is used in English to refer to Japanese animation. Over 500 buyers from 20 countries gathered to acquire some of the latest Japanese anime and manga. But when it comes to translating anime, non-Japanese buyers find that it's not just the words that can cause headaches.
When you translate Japanese anime for the American market, you have to keep in mind several ideas. First of all, the words themselves are sometimes hard to translate, or the concepts may be hard to translate. More importantly, there are times when the culture may be hard to translate.
The majority of Japanese anime is dubbed abroad in countries such as America. The local staff battle to keep the original nuances of a script while writing for a very different culture and language.
We have a word that's really Japanese, a Japanese word like senpai, which really doesn't translate in English. The word senpai, there's no real translation. So what we try to do is we might want to keep the word senpai and actually use it in the dialogue and have another character explain what senpai means. And we try to sneak that in without saying senpai means senior or something. We don't try to do that, of course. If there's somebody who gets killed and they're on the ground, if this is going to be aired on primetime television, we need to show that they're not actually dead. So we'll have to add some groaning, sounds while they're lying on the ground.
That's quite a clash of cultures. Let's take a look at a company where anime is actually translated. Anna Yamamoto is Japanese. This is her 10th year in the States. Through long discussions with her American colleague Michael, the English scripts are formed. The problem they're up against now is the Japanese concept of Keigo. The 12 Kingdoms. This fantasy anime is based around the adventures of a girl who wanders into a strange other world. The heroine, Yoko, is told by one of the characters, a mouse, that she is the new queen of the kingdom. The next line becomes the focus of debate.
Yoko,
The mouse had been calling her Yoko as a friend would. Now he uses the word anata as a sign of respect. Translating anata as you doesn't get that nuance across.
If you're Japanese, you could see the difference, but it was really hard to describe that in English.
The day of the English recording. What phrase did Anna and Michael use? Listen carefully to find out. Notice what he calls her.
Your Majesty, you are the new queen of the K Kingdom.
Your Majesty is a title that refers only to a reigning monarch.
Your Majesty, you are the new queen of the K Kingdom.
There's no pronoun to use for honorific title in English, so he had to actually use Your Majesty as a title explicitly to communicate that he was speaking in more formal language. In English, there isn't more formal vocabulary or grammar to use in that sort of situation. You have to actually use the title.
The subtle nuances found in anime are vital to keeping the atmosphere of the story. The delicate process of translating those nuances across cultural boundaries continues.